Are there any artists from this album we haven't talked about, like Bezeled Gang, Troy Money, Trapper Mandel,
Mhm.
Leroy? I'd like to get him on here now that I figured out how to do interviews, because I feel like it'd be cool to get to catch up with him, because I know he's gone through a lot this year, and he also just dropped his recent album and stuff. It'd be cool to get an interview with him in.
No, for sure. I can talk to Leroy for you about that. Leroy is, I mean, he's family at this point. Like Leroy, I can tell you that. I can tell you how me and Leroy linked up. So February of 2021, right? I was working on an album called American Dream, which it's out now. It dropped April 1st of 2021. I had heard about Leroy through my buddy Tony, the dude I do the podcast with, Friday the 14th. He's a huge church fan, and he kept telling me about this guy named Leroybiggs in like 2020. And he kept sending me videos and I was like, I didn't know who this guy was. Of course I knew church, you know what I mean? But I heard about Leroy. Well, when I was doing my American Dream album, I had been listening to Leroy's, like, I think it was album Dose at that point, his first two albums, right? I hit Leroy up about doing, getting the feature, for the album. Well, it turns out, like, Leroy had been watching ChadArmesTV when he was like 9 years old. Because Leroy's 24. He's young. Right? He's like, that's why I call him nephew. So in 2008-9, Leroy's 10, watching Jellyroll freestyles, day in the life of Worm, and you know what I'm saying? So he already knew who I was through that, and knew of my music through Jelly and Worm and Struggle and all them. So, and him and Struggle are related. So like, we linked up. We did a song called Finna Do that's on my American Dream album. Love that song. Produced by Play That Beat Wee Wee. So I got Leroy on the album. That was February of 2021. We just kept in contact, you know what I'm saying? And when Worm got out, Worm found out who Leroy was and was like, oh, me and this motherfucker need to get together and do some content. Because this dude is hilarious. He may be one of my kids type shit. They were so similar in how quick-witted they were, how funny they were. And Worm was just on house arrest, so he couldn't leave nowhere. Well, Worm passes away in April. And when I decided to keep the channel going with interviews or content or whatever, in addition to doing my music, Leroy's one of the first people that I interviewed, other than a guy named C.O. Cakes, who just passed away as well, R.I.P. C.O. Cakes. Me and Mel went and interviewed Leroy. But it was really just not an interview, because I didn't know I was doing interviews then. You know what I mean? We were just getting him to tell random funny stories. He tells a story about how he ran for mayor.
So Leroy, why don't you tell everybody the story of how you almost were elected mayor of Ashland City?
You talk about my political career?
Your political career, brother.
So, what happened was I turned 18 and I was an adult. Let me tell you, this back when you could buy tobacco when you was 18. Now you gotta wait till you're 21 and all this shit. Well, I fucking went down to the county commission and fucking registered as a fucking candidate for the Ashland City mayor race. And Ashland City's a little podunk fucking town. Not too many people's voting in general, letting alone early voting. Well, I was telling motherfuckers in fucking school and shit, like their parents and stuff, hey y'all, I'm running for mayor. Well, sure enough, they'd get out that way, they'd stop in and fucking vote. Well, it came time to where like people were setting up booths and shit, and you could go look, and it was like me and 5 other fucking 64-year-old men. And I was just dogging these old motherfuckers, dude. Like, these are honest Christian businessmen. I'm pretty sure one dude was a pastor. And here, I'm a stoner flunking out of high school. And dude, I'm fucking winning, boy. You talk about some fucking electoral college shit, bro. I won California in this motherfucker. Well, then it got to the point where everyone was spending like $10,000 on their fucking campaign, and I'll die and walk to hell before I put my money in the fucking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't doing that Mickey Mouse bullshit. I thought this was a bubble-in test. Like,
Yeah.
y'all paying money for fucking signs and billboards and shit, bro. I was writing on fucking the tops of goddamn mason jar boxes, fucking Leroy, and fucking. Oh, man.
What would have happened if you would have been elected, bro?
I'd have gone to jail. I'd have gone to jail. Can you impeach a fucking mayor?
I don't know.
That's what would have happened, bro. Because then it would have became a job. Like town meetings and shit. Fuck you. I'm not going. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not doing that. But like,
one of the guys that you would have beaten in the
can I
race
be
would
honest
have.
with you?
Yeah.
Can I be honest with
Yeah.
you? I'm thinking about running again. And now that I got fans and shit, I'm thinking about running again, put money behind it. Fuck it. I'll become mayor.
Oh, that would be the best thing ever,
I'm
dude.
seceding from the union, bro. We're becoming North Bahama, dog. What's up?
And he tells a story about when he got pulled over in town, and he's just telling random funny shit. He was just being funny for 30 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then that spawned into me and Mel going and picking him up and us going to the studio, and we did day after life, day in the life after day in the life after day in the life.
Like on Tony Montana, the roughest bitch got me a bag. My bargain for real. All music and pills. My hustle's the hardest. You gonna eat out the garbage. Full got the struggle, some racks in the front of sensations. And I'm blowing her back. Chatty and Owenny. Cause there ain't no hoe in me. Hopefully. In all of my rosaries. Yeah.
Dude, we were.
I just stepped on a brick that I can with a camper and hit me a lick like I'm Tony Montana. You devil's in trouble, I scuffle the roughest. So look, I'm legit, bitch, I got me a bag.
Well, then it got to a point where me and Leroy was like, fuck, you want to do a project together? You know what I mean? Because the American Dream album came out, but when it came out, it was when Worm just got out and we was doing that content. So I didn't even promote that album whatsoever. We were just promoting the videos, the content. So if you're familiar with the Bad Habits record at all, there was a song called Ain't About the Dough. I just hit Leroy up to get on that song. Not for, just to get another feature from him. He did that, and then he was like, well, shit, I got one from Dub 3032 called Pete Rose. You want to get on it? I was like, yeah. So I got on it, and then we were like, well, fuck, you want to do a project together? You know what I mean? We were just basically swapping features out, and it turned into Bad Habits Volume 1. We charted, that's the first time I ever charted. We charted number 6 with that on iTunes, hip hop, with zero promotion other than Leroy's Day in the Life videos on ChadArmesTV and us talking to people on Instagram. That's all we did. We did those Day in the Life videos of Leroy, which people fucking love. And he would promote them on Instagram, and then I'd promote it on Facebook, because my following on Facebook is better than it is on Instagram from an engagement point. And we put that album out, and then Leroy's been close. I mean, he's been family since then. But that's how that happened. Like, that was just, it started with a feature in February. 3 months later, we went and interviewed him. Then it went to another feature. Then it was an album. Then it's, you know what I'm saying? Then we're doing, you know, I mean, all kinds of stuff. Now he's showing proof. Now that he's back home, you know, we talk every day, multiple times a day, you know. And he's one of the most talented people I've seen as far as how quickly he can come up with dope ass ideas for songs. And I'm not talking rap songs. I'm talking, you need a country song? Hang on a second. You need a rock song? Hang on. Like, he can do any, I mean, he's proven it with the last record. But like, he can do everything. And he's 24. You know, he's young, bro. So it's dope to have that kind of energy around us older cats, because it keeps us youthful. You know what I mean? And at the same time, he's learning from us because we're the older guys. You know what I mean? So it kind of, one hand washes the other type shit. Shout out to Leroy for sure. Y'all definitely should do one of these.
Yeah.
I'll talk to him for you about it.
Yeah, I did one a while ago. It was terrible because I didn't know how to don't know how to do interviews. Like this is like first time I actually got it running. But I feel like it would be a better one to do it now that I know what I'm doing, because I really didn't know what I was doing back then.
For sure.
And he could do stand up too, man. He's so funny. Like I'm surprised he hasn't tried that lane as well, because he would be hilarious as a stand up comedian.
What's up, bitches? Oh, you bench what? Bang! You know, whiskey got a kick, right?
Yeah.
Pussy shouldn't have a kick. Pretty sure my granddad was homosexual.
I mean, 60% of the time I got in fucking trouble, it had something to do with Microsoft Word.
Some country ass shit. We made some country ass shit, you bunch of fucking hicks. If you're inbred, this is for you. I fell knee deep in some push, and my shit's still itching.
Oh, dude. Well, he's written stand-up material, like, and let me and Mel hear it, and it's fucking priceless. I mean, it's great. It's just a matter of getting him up on that stage and doing it, which I know he's not scared of doing. It's just doing it, because we know we could get him on at Zany's, where we're at, just on open mic or something. We know we could, and he could bring some people there. It's just a matter of him wanting to do it enough to do it. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely could. He could do it just off of crowd work. He doesn't even need material. He could just literally get up on stage and do crowd work. People in the crowd, hey, such and such. Just talk, just because that's all he does with us on those Day in the Life. Granted, he knows me and Mel and Squints and One and Twack and Chucky. You know, everybody that's around this area that's part of the team. But, I mean, he can do it with anybody, you know. But that's
and I feel like he'd be a perfect person to go on, like on the I don't know if you heard of Kill Tony, and they have like Cam Patterson that goes on there that's like real popping right now from TikTok videos, like because TikTok's like where all these stand-up comedians are using the most now, like their funny moments. But like, yeah, I feel like he would be huge if he did stand-up. I feel like he's got it. Like I remember when I was talking to him a couple of times, I was like, people don't understand how hard it is to have like charisma and like confidence and like just have it so naturally, or freestyle on the top. Like you'll have a video where you just freestyle like how Jellyroll would do back in the day. It's just that's something you're born with, you know. You don't. Not everybody has it.
Yeah, and I tell people, there's so many comments I've had on ChadArmesTV videos of Leroy, of how similar him and Worm are, or how similar him and Jelly are. And they're not wrong. They're all right. Like those three guys, RIP Wizzle, but those Jelly, Worm, and Leroy all have a lot of similar qualities as far as a natural ability to entertain people, a natural ability to talk to people, to make people laugh, the natural ability. Him and Jelly's similarities are the natural ability to create dope ass ideas in different genres so easily. The ability to freestyle so easily.
Let's go. ChadArmesTV.
I feel like Jellyroll, I let them know I'm really about it. The car is cloudy, the kid is from out of Cheatham County. Find me on the creeker, yeah, they know my best. Bitch, I got them tweakers fucking itching for a cigarette. Is he really best? Better than I ever been. Call me 45 and I ain't talking about the president. I let him in, it's irrelevant what you're saying. The kid cockeyed, he's rapping and he's a Caucasian. I feel like Toby, keep the boot in your ass, and everybody know I sell it, better do it for half. You can find me in the woods, you can find me in class. I'm a student, motherfucker, but I'm showing my ass. R.I.P. Worm, the boy sick, I got germs too. What you gotta say, motherfucker, I'ma hurt you. Worthy, I feel like James Worthy, and coming through 23 old Jordan jersey. Everybody know my name, they call me Leroy. I'm real to the bone, all of y'all is decoys. You can find me in the woods, I done said it before, and I'm getting head, bitch, I'm beheading the whore.
And him and Worm's similarities are more so the entertainment factor. Because Worm isn't the type of person that could have went and freestyled and stuff like that. But Worm, his freestyling was his humor. And that's where Leroy and Worm were very similar.
Oh, Worm's videos are amazing. I crack up every time I watch your vlogs with him. He'll just start kicking it, start roasting everybody. He was hilarious.
When I get this motherfucking VHS tape off my goddamn ankle, oh, bro, look at time. Look at the driveway on this motherfucker right here. I mean, why would you do me like that? No emoji.
Oh man, he's one of him and Leroy are two of the funniest people. Like, I really do put them up there with like a Theo Von as far as how naturally funny they are. Just in them talking. You know what I'm saying? It's all that same like ballpark. The way Theo Von is, that's the same way Leroy is, and that's the same way Worm was. As far as the natural ability to just be funny without even trying. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you said, you just have it. The natural ability to just, the charisma to just be able to do it.
Does Jelly see his music often? Do you ever hear Jelly talk about Leroy's like start to where he's at now?
Yeah, I mean, Jelly is a big supporter of what Leroy does and his music and just him as a person. I mean, just to the fact when Leroy was in a hospital bed after he had overdosed, we were at the Ryman for Jelly's album release show, and everybody was outside. We were sitting in the crowd. Everybody was chanting Jelly, because he hadn't come out yet. Mm-hmm. Jelly was on Instagram Live backstage with Leroy before he went out on stage at the Ryman for the show. He was holding up the Ryman show to be on live with Leroy and our homie Rail, just giving encouraging words to Leroy. Like, I think that's still on Leroy's YouTube, or it still is on his Instagram.
Yeah, I was watching they had Yellow Wolf in the background too, and Struggle.
Yeah, and Strug. Everybody, it was backstage of Jelly's album release party. We were outside, like we were in the crowd. Everybody was chanting Jelly, like, where's Jelly at? And then I look on my Instagram and it said Leroybiggs is going live. And I look at it and Jellyroll's back there shooting. I was like, that's where Jelly's at. He's shooting the shit with Leroy, trying to build his spirits up before he comes out here and destroys this hometown show for his album release. You know what I'm saying? Like, that kind of shit, bro, I'm telling you, that shit goes a long way with people, man.
Oh, I think with Leroy getting another shot at life, like, God has plans for him, man. I feel like when I think he even was like, man, I don't know how, but I'm here, and that's a miracle. Like, hearing those types of stories, and I think for his future, like, he has another chance to really like do other things that's gonna change his life. He has the potential to be hilarious in comedy. He's good at music. If he wanted to, I mean, himself, if he were to be like a live streamer and just kick it and talk and make jokes, like you see that all the time where people just blow up on streams and become streamers and stuff. Like, he could do it all if he wanted to. It's just all up to him, you know? Yeah,
absolutely. He could definitely do the Twitch streaming because he likes playing games anyways. That could be a whole lane for him. I need to tell him. I mean, he probably already been told that, but his brother's really good at all that kind of stuff. So maybe we can see if we can do it, because he plays video games all the time. He whoops me in Madden a lot. Not this year's Madden, but last year he would whoop me all the time. We would do Madden games and, you know, chat on Xbox and shit.
If he could just get a face cam, have it set up to where like they see him and then he's talking to you or whoever and kicking jokes, like those types of like just real, like you say, authentic feelings of just chilling, but also having a person that's just so funny on the fly. Like, comedy sells, man. I had 3 Instagram posts this year that I shared of comedians, and they all got like 1.4 million views. And it's because people want to laugh. Like, people love getting a laugh out of something. So I feel like his main talent to me is his comedy. Like, his comedy is just something that could go so far, you know?
Oh man, yeah. And the dope thing about that is the shelf life on being a comedian or just being funny is a lot longer than the shelf life of music, you know? Which is dope because he has that he can lean on if he wants to, whenever he wants to. While he's doing music, he wants to do the stand-up or he wants to do just comedy videos or whatever. That's why I try to do as many of them as I can with him when we're around, because that's what people love to see. And like, it does nothing but get more eyes on him being him, which ultimately can gain him more supporters or more streams or whatever can help him, you know, because the more people that see him, the more people that are going to draw to him because he's funny, you know.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate this interview, man. We got an hour and 26 minutes in. How I do these interviews, I'll edit one and then upload one and then edit one, upload one, and then eventually I put it all together. So you should see like within a day or two, like one of the videos off of this uploaded.
Okay. Yeah, and I guess just before you upload them, just send them to me. Let me look at them and shit, and then we can just make it. Yeah, just do it that way, man. And we'll just however you want to roll them out, dude. I'm down.
Yeah, I'll just leave them unlisted, send you links of what you think when I got one edited, and you let me know.
Yeah, that worked.
I appreciate you. I think this was an awesome interview. I feel like we got a lot of good questions in.
Yeah.
If I forgot any or if any other artists that I didn't talk about, make sure y'all check out everybody's song on this album. This is a big album, like a really huge album, and it was an honor to be able to do this interview. And I was not trying to talk too much in this interview because I feel like I've done so many interviews lately where I interrupt people, so I was trying to like let you speak and then me talk. So if it seemed like I was kind of being chill, I want to make sure people heard you through the interview because I interrupt a lot when I talk.
No, bro, it's fine, dude. I appreciate it. No, you did great, man. This was a dope ass interview, man. I'm glad that she was able to do it, and I appreciate you shining some light on me and the Live Forever album, and we can do another one later down the road, man, once we got some more stuff to talk about, man. And I'll holler at Leroy for you, and anybody else in the camp, man, that you want to sit and pick their brain. I'm sure it's nothing for me to holler at them and get them to, you know, do the same for you for show and proves standpoint.
Oh yeah,
so
I feel like what's cool about this, you can add multiple people, so maybe the next one you bring you and Leroy on and we could just kick it on here.
Yeah, however you want to do it, Bubba, just let me know. And like I said, I'll get you them CDs out tomorrow.
Okay.
And I'll sign them and everything and send them to you. And I appreciate you doing this for me, dog.
Oh, no problem. Whatever projects you got coming up, just hit me up and we can always do one.
Hell yeah, bro.
Well, thank you, man. I'll send you that address right after this interview.
Okay, dope. Hell yeah, man. Y'all be sure to subscribe to Dylan Talks, man. Go check out Live Forever.
You have anything you want to plug in before I end it?
Yeah, man. ChadArmesTV.com. That's the YouTube channel. We've got merch on there. We've got CD bundles on there. Live Forever available now. Go stream that. ONE, Devil's Son-in-Law, dropping October 27th. And we dropping content 3-4 times a week on ChadArmesTV at the minimum. We're going to hit y'all with so many projects within the next 12 months from all the show and prove artists. Y'all are going to have plenty of music. So just tap in, man. Hit the bell, notifications, and we appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate you, Dylan.
All right, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for this interview.
Hell yeah, bro. Peace.
Peace.